Welcome back to Biosyn Labs. We are making some Marodactyloids. Yeah, no aggressive. That's not going to work for me. That's one right there. Looks like we're going to have our work cut out for us on this, because these guys are not giving us large clutches. 5 and 2. Social Nocturnal, that's fine. So we got 5. It's not bad. Synthesize Marodactylus, assign 7, 5. Go. Boom. Fossils are done. Tapajara is viable. Are we effectively done then with all of the pterosaurs then from that formation, right? Because it was actually blocked out, I think. So we can actually add Pterodactylus and Tapajara to the aviary if we want to do more science. That's actually not bad. So if we have 2 pterosaur species with comparable dominance, we can try and do a low dominance species like Pterodactylus, maybe? What was Pterodactylus' base dominance? 46. So if we do like a batch of unmodified Pterodactylus, we can see if they get picked on by the other pterosaurs. Alright, expedition. So, baryonyx was complete. So we could pivot over to Suchomimus or Mamenchi. 14, no, 10. We have 14 available. What was Sucho? Sucho's an 8. It's also the Penta, but again, we can do that later. Alright, let's just start on like Mamenchi. That's fine. We'll send this guy out. He can take a break when he's disgruntled. That is perfectly acceptable. 57% on amenities. I mean, I feel like I ought to put some in. Because, like, I oughta. We can just literally slap some down. Just for fun. You know. While we're here. There's also this branch, which we could maybe just link back up over here. Because, like, it's going nowhere fast. Hey, dude, how's it going? Alright, so we put one in there. If we put in another amenity, can these actually go? Yeah, so these could just go side by side. Like, I wonder if they actually merge properly on the borders if we do that. That's sort of a science experiment, right? Not really, but kinda. Oh yeah, they do kind of connect up. They have like an awkward corner piece that doesn't quite match, but that's fine. Right, it's like we're a real park again, even though we're not. Because this mode is broken. Aquarium, photo booth, corpse, old age, old age. Another dead Carnotaurus. Let's process these pterosaur fossils and clear them out first. Might as well. Next. So what did that actually put our amenity rating at? 89%. Not good if the park actually mattered. 12 species still only, though. Actually surprised we take this many amenities. 4 sets, effectively, but I guess. We'll slap down a large hotel. Clear that water out. Water be gone. Make sure we flatten. Might as well. We can do science and preserve aesthetics. Yep, that's definitely going to be a problem. We've crashed twice today. And we've crashed in a way that is unlike our previous crashes, where instead of it crashing straight to desktop, the game freezes first. So that's exciting and new. Not sure if that's the map, or if it's just an issue with, I don't know, populations getting too large, or if we broke something else somehow. But, yeah. Fun. We need toilets. How about toilets there? Shelter? Shelter as well. How about shelter over... we'll put it here. Alright, then it's like the park is more functional. Closer to a real park. Marodactylus. Let's hatch 2. Yeah, it's unfortunate that 2 is kind of been consistently less stable than the original game was, than JWE1.
Okay, this latest animal
It's
is
too
also a
bad.
flyer, the Marodactylus.
They'll probably have
Its
enough
name is based
for us
on
when they
an
move
ancient
out.
legend of a chief's daughter. Her name was Mara, turned by sorcery.
We'll check them all out when they're
Monster
released.
with long teeth that devoured fishermen. Change a few of the details and this could be my ex.
Ha ha ha, life bad. Release you, alone, Marodactylus. We don't really need to watch the release animation. Let's check the dominance and be sure that it is not throwing any curveballs at us. And that the database is right. 91. So yeah, 91. The exact dominance number in the Barbardactylus was exactly what? 93. 93 on the outside, then a 90, and then a few like 37s that might get picked off. We'll see what happens. Science is sometimes takes sacrifices. Alright, let's get these ones going. 1, social. Acceptable. Give me that. I think I still want more of these. More is more opportunity for interactions to verify whether or not they're going to murder each other. Let's do 2 more clutches of Marodactylus. That'll be enough. And then I want to do Pterodactylus as our last pterosaur, I think. And those are going to be unmodified Pterodactylus. And if we can give them a negative trait, like keep a negative trait in the genome to drive their dominance even lower, that'll be good. And the Maras are happy. They have enough trees. Not quite enough, but pretty good. Yeah, that's something I was concerned about too when they talked about territory degrading faster. I was like, what are the consequences of that going to be, I wonder? We did see it where we just had this happen about 20 minutes ago, maybe, where all of our Australovenators got mad because their territory degraded away from the goat feeder. And they all became aggro, so I put in a second goat feeder. It's not fantastic. Like, I think if they have a prey need, that should also include them pathfinding to the feeder occasionally, just for the territory mechanic to work properly, but perhaps it doesn't. They just chose to be mad rather than path back to the feeder. To be fair, it's our fault for putting it in a corner, but I feel like that shouldn't be the issue. Limpopo Pilo Marodactylus, Quillian Pulcarana. Limpopo Pilo looked pretty good. Salar Calcarana. Boring except for the eye, actually. The face is good on this one. The body's pretty underwhelming. Quillian Rana, that's alright. Quillian Pilo. I think we... Yeah, this is the last one. That is also pretty meh. I do like the Marodactylus, though. I like the mouth. I like the model for the Mara a lot. It might be my favorite pterosaur. Hard to say. Oh, and I guess we can compare the wings a little bit. So that like weird wing finger thing that we saw on the barbs, definitely not on the Maras. What about wing shape? Yeah, the Mara wings are very pointy, and the barbs are a bit more, they have this curve. Maybe a little more rounded. It's not that round. I've seen much rounder wingtips in some pterosaur recreations. But it's not, it's a little different. It's good that it's different. Some variety, not a bad thing. Alright, fossils in 20 seconds. Let's go fast here. See if we can crash the game again. That's always fun. Yeah, comfort 99% of the Alamosaurs again. They're just not maintaining enough of the trees here quite. They bobble really just between 99 and 100, but it's still frustrating to me who likes to keep everybody at 100. They need a wider territory. This pen is just a little too narrow, but it's kind of annoying that it has to be that picky. Are you stuck? No, you're sleeping. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Everything's fine. Fossils. Did we not send another dig out? Did I do that? I think I did do that. My bad. Extraction. No, your welfare. You know what? You do it. Expedition. Mamenchisaurus? You know what? You do it. You're gonna be disgruntled, but that's fine. You can rest. You can rest. Alright. And eggs in 2 minutes. And then are we... Oh, these ones are also ready. Social Nocturnal. Social. Good. 5 and 2. I don't think I'm gonna hatch the last clutch right away. I wonder if docile shouldn't matter for the experiment. Yeah, the new dinos are all pretty cool except for Barb. Barb is pretty underwhelming compared to the other three, but the other three are pretty high tier in my opinion. Alright, so vulnerable, that's great. Actually. Randomize these. So we keep this vulnerable to reduce their dominance in general. We can put some resilience just to like mitigate disease spread, I guess. We can at least use up that genome percentage there. 8. I guess we'll do the fasting there. That seems fine. That'll be done in 20 seconds that way at least. Which car? Is the car going to get stuck? That car is almost assuredly going to get stuck. Oh, no, there they go. I don't know where he's going, but he's going somewhere. Oh, I guess he must have status checked the last thing he had to status check. He actually is navigating. So he was completely broken before, unable to navigate this paddock. But we just saw him spin through the trees just fine. That's kind of wild. So the car AI navigation is like not consistently bad and buggy. It's just sometimes it gets stuck and lost and confused. We never actually looked at 3 and 4 in the daylight, did we? I mean, we've already seen the purple one. Did we look at him in the daylight? Maybe we did. Well, there she is. Nice and brown. Marodactylus. One more. I like that one. Nice yellow on the face, kind of a purplish body plan. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. Svalbard Rana. And these guys are pretty much at the limit on forest. We'll try and sneak a little more forest in here where we can. And so far the rocks look like they're all getting different usage. So the guy on Reddit who is saying rocks are broken, not inherently. There's some other asterisks there if they are broken. 3 Pterodactylus eggs. Vulnerable, fantastic. Alright, we'll take these 3. Let's get these guys out right away. These are theoretically just fodder to be eaten. Not by design, but that's the expectation for what is going to happen. when they release. We expect them to be devoured, like a succulent snack for the more dominant pterosaurs. You get rested. Polacanthus is almost done. I wonder if Polacanthus would be good to put on Ceratopsian Island. Well, these fossils process, and this person takes... Oh, they're on the expedition. Wait, what? No, that's not right, because they wouldn't show up on that tab. They're just down here at the bottom of the list, unable to be seen in the UI. Right. We'll let this run. Polacanthus, what do you eat? Because ideally... So we've got this like really confined enclosure, right? Which means it's very important that the overlapping dinos have the same food requirements. 2 more Marodactylus. That one looks pretty good, the bluish one. Quillian Calcarana. It's decent. Death Valley Blank. Yeah, that's... Yep, sure. Polacanthus diet needs. Ground leaf. Solely ground leaf on Polacanthus? Is that what Ceratopsians eat? Can we see that information when their comfort data is hidden? I don't think so. Can we see it in the hatchery? Yes, ground fiber. Ground leaf on Struthies. Alright, thanks for coming by. Enjoy the gaming and the teaching if you find teaching rewarding. Fiber. Yeah, so we already have a leaf. So Polacanthus should be pretty good. We didn't even have to look it up. Forest, 47%. We'll see how that works. But we'll put Polacanthus in that on the island with the Ceratopsians. That should be good. Fast. Speed up. Dig in. Good, good, good. Okay, how much time? 20 seconds? Not worth pausing. Nah, not quite worth it. By the time I hit the button, I just have to hit it again. Like, I'm better off just filling the dead space with rambling. There we go. Fossils extracted. Oh, except that doesn't matter. Because we weren't waiting for anything there. Well, now it's only 20 seconds to the dig site, and I gotta just keep talking, right? Dead Mahjong died of old age. So the Mahjongs are tipping over of old age. They're still not infighting. I wonder if there was some back-end like change to the dominance calculations, or the combat calculations in terms of like mechanics. Because the difference in dominance here is about as big as it can be, and they're not killing each other. And we know they will kill each other. We've seen it. So maybe the amount of feeders plays into that. Because we certainly didn't have that many feeders in the other park. Live prey, carnivore feeder, live prey feeder. Let's delete those two. Keep the 2 center ones. Are the Mahjongs, did they ever sort their dominance out to be happy? They did. They are happy. So the alpha is 6. We didn't even see this happen. Maybe that was a peaceful transfer of power. Hard to say. We don't have anything to incubate, right? Well, baryonyx. Base dominance is 107. I think we should have... Okay. We should have probably all 3 dinosaurs unlocked, the Mamenchisaurus, the Baryonyx, and the Suchomimus, so we can evaluate all their dominances together and decide how to go about this experiment. But what I want to see now is Baryonyx and Suchomimus, and see if they are both flagged as having hunting interactions with Mamenchisaurus, or if just one of them is. Baryonyx hunts... Baryonyx does not hunt Mamenchisaurus. Baryonyx does not hunt large sauropods in general. Only the Suchomimus is flagged to do so. So the Baryonyx is actually not really needed then. Because it won't even hunt the Mamenchies. Sucho is also flagged to hunt Baryonyx. Well, we can just do the same experiment we're doing with the Carnos and Majongs and release some mediocre Baryonyx and some really well-built Suchos and see if they interact negatively, but we've never had Suchos kill Baryonyxes, but that could be coincidental. So I guess we could synthesize these. Thirsty doesn't affect dominance. You might as well get rid of it. And then they have long-lived chance and fit chance. That's all fine. So I guess we just put resilience into these. Minimize disease spread from fish feeders. I don't even know what interacts with fish feeders, to be honest. And we'll get like one clutch of these. We don't really need a lot. Alright, clutch of Baryonyx. Fossils next. Do we just want to finish what we've started here, or do we want to switch over to Sucho? I guess we'll finish the Mamenchies while we're here. So we do that. You take a break. You take a break. Marodactylus. Kind of a redder one. Gambia, yeah, Gambia is always a redder or purpler skin. This one looks like it's got a pretty involved facial pattern. A lot of yellows mixed with kind of some like rosy purple pinks. This one looks like it's pretty damn colorful. Mara number 9 might be the winner now. Let's get these Pterodactyluses.
Honestly, the flying
Okay, population looks like 3 is sufficient, so they're good to go.
We can round up escaped land animals.
We'll check them out in the daytime, maybe.
All bets are off. This is the Cearodactylus. and we need to make sure it stays
Cearodactylus.
confined.
Cearodactylus? 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 Fuck, man. But let's look through them because they actually might get murdered. Sonoran Rana. Yeah, the flat pattern, pink crest. Champlain Letho. Green and yellow with a different colored crest. That one's much more distinctive. Sonoran Letho Bay. It's all the way over here already. Gray and some splotchy orange. Sure.
The only
Alright,
species
wish you guys the best of luck.
was named after the Latin name
It does
for
take a while for pterosaurs to murder the crap out of each other, though, so this is basically a waiting game of seeing if multiple Cearodactylus die before we have any kind of negative interaction between the Maras and the Barbs. Although some of the Barbs are low end. Yeah, these are all fine. Alright, well, we need to get them an enclosure. It's not an important enclosure. Australovenator died of old age. Alright, fine. The Aussies are tipping over here. Not a concern yet. Oh, another one went. Car's trying to go home. Struggling. Oh yeah, we could have tipped over to Polacanthus temporarily for the island experiment. We can do that later. Doesn't really matter. Let's do baryonic stuff. Oh, nice. That's actually the same level with that leg. So we can just like merge these waters together, these waterways. That's always fun. I always like using existing terrain if we can. That's I think that's always good. Always nice. So I guess we can put down. Let's start with maybe a viewing gallery. Well, let's pull back this water a little bit, I guess. Traction, a viewing gallery. Just one. Align it. This is just to get the fences, like, to not look like crap, basically. And to kind of justify the inclusion of the shelter right here. Alright. Fence. Visible fence. Over to there. Up behind the hotel. Nope, that's not going to work because you're picky. Over to here, and then you can go down. Then you can go, I don't know, curve around. Maybe you pull away because this is here. Sure, that looks like a deliberate design choice of some type of style. This will be a Memenchi pen, so we do actually need it to be fairly sizable. Especially because the water needs to not be covered in trees for the baryonyxes. Let's just continue off of here. Boom. That's a pretty sizable pen. Should be pretty good. Have to let that all build. We should also probably go ahead and just make sure this is not forested in the waterway, or else it will be counting against the water requirement of our friends. And then, yeah, make sure we get forest up for the Memenchis. And the berries will probably need some too. And then any rocks we'll probably just toss in the water if the water is sufficient. There. It's a simple enclosure, but it checks out. Boom. Power check. 180. 114. Fine. Just fine. Just fine. Nobody's murdered nobody yet. Good. Fossils are done. Do we have enough to process? Yes, kind of. This clutch is coming right in. What do we have for percentage? No, we're going to have to do more anyway. Let's just get this one going. You rest. Okay. Mars, Barbs, and Sierras are still just doing their thing. Shrimps. Alright, that might be Menchidon. Nice. Let's do Polacanthus, I guess. Since it's close, we'll just finish it. And then, what else? So we're going to do Penta. What does Penta eat? Penta could be a problem, technically. I mean, I think it's still the thing to do, even if... it's just ground leaf. Alright. We'll do Pentas. And what's Polacanthus' social? Polacanthus. Can you get off my screen? Park report. Piss off. Please go away. Thank you. 1. So we're going to do a single Polacanthus. One single lonely Polacanthus with the Ceratopsians. That's the plan. Let's get a feeder. Fishy. One here, one in the back. Make sure they have options. Is this all built? Looks like it. Alright, let's get those baryonyx out. Release via airlift. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So yeah, processing the fossils was the correct play. Might as well use you. It doesn't really matter. Okay, okay. All these dinos clustered over on this side. Why are you guys all clustered up, except for this one? Why are you being weird? You weirdos. Let's hit some panic thing with the vehicles, but it doesn't look like they're panicking. Their movement's sedated. Might have to do with where the food is located.
Okay, this is amazing. A baryonyx. These animals have very large claws on their first digit. This dinosaur also likes water, so
Limpopo pulcherana.
take a moment to consider its needs when planning out a suitable habitat.
Maybe we'll double check these guys later. Right now it's still a little dark, and we can put in
The
rocks.
baryonyx was
for the
originally thought to
meantime.
be a scavenger, but now, with live animals to study, we can find out for sure.
Asset in transit.
I know the same rock being used over and over again, non-rotated, it's kind of gross looking, but they're science rocks, okay? It's fine, don't worry about it. We need more. I guess we could have just done the rock brush, huh?
Asset transported.
That's actually like the better way to do it. Okay, 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 calm down. Died of old age. Okay, next. Oh no. A classic pterosaur moment. And that's another dead Australorvinator. Well, maybe we should get another set of Australorvinators ready to go. Boop. Genetics, what are we looking at? Resilient, social, strong. We can do better than this. Bop, bop. Humble. It doesn't really matter which humble or social is 5 and 3. I usually just do 3 humble, 2 social, but once one is already at a value, it really doesn't matter. One on 2, 1 on 3. Good to go. Alright, let's see. We get these pterosaurs sorted out. Fossils are back, huh? Wow. Things just happen so fast without even realizing it. Do that. Do that. Expedition for Suchomimus. Oranosaurus could be a contender for the ornithopod to put in this enclosure area too. Australorvinators, viable 5. Skittish. Probably we're going to stay away from skittish. Social humble alpha. Strong might be a problem with that, but I don't care. The Australorvinators, those are mostly just showcase. Oh my god. Aviaries, why? It spreads faster than we can contain it. Is there still a tainted feeder in here, maybe? I would assume you'd see it. 5+. Oh my fuck. I think it's just a breakout. A breakout, maybe the tainted feeder causes the breakout? That might actually be how that works. Of course, they can't dart the ones that are sitting on rocks still. That bug is still a bug. I can't actually... That's just frustrating that that's still a bug that exists at this point. Actually the worst. You're just actually the worst. Okay. Australorvinator, dead. Fine. Australorvinator, release via airlift. 4. Remember it's 4. We'll come back to them later and check them out. For now, we can't afford to watch them do anything because the rest of the park is having the biggest crisis moment the whole build has ever had, just because aviary drones are still a bit shit. I mean, taking control of it manually doesn't really fix the issue. That idiot might just be dead. He can't be darted properly. Well, they got that one.
Transportation underway.
Okay, that one's flying. We're getting close. We're actually getting under control. Oh my god, is it over? Jesus Christ. Okay, you bastard. Seriously? Is it still just tainted?
Asset has been
Oh, I don't think it was ever actually taken care of, huh? Oh my god. Because it's the same feeder. It was probably just never taken care of. 46%. Then, yeah, Oranosaurus is something we gotta look up. Make sure we keep these fossil runs going here. Alright, let's get this aviary under control and probably end this episode. We went long on a few. We got to get some shorter ones. I can't be recording all night long. Let's answer the Oranosaurus question before we go, though. Is that going to be an option? No sources of salmonella remain in the park. Oh my god. It took 1,000 hours, but we've done it. That sounded like somebody hitting something. Let's ignore it. I'm sure it's nothing. Oh, we also have the Australopithecus to look at. Social doesn't matter when it's a single dinosaur, so we just pump this with 75% humble. We hatch one humble Polacanthus. Okay, Australopithecus number 12. Are you new? Age, 0, 74. Okay, Australopithecus 11 is the first one. Svalbard Pelophylax. That's an interesting look. Orange and green with like a blue stripe on the face and a base gray skin. I don't think that's the look for me. It looks like a vandalized concrete wall. This one's good. This is like a more realistic look that I like for some of my dinosaurs at least. Sometimes the colors are good. Sometimes just having something realistic is fun. Also, he looks like he's been eating carcasses. Like he's been shoving his snout inside of a rib cage, pulling out the good stuff. I like it. That is Yukon Calcarana. Good look. Death Valley blank. Bad look. Amazon Rainforest Lethal Bait. See, this is an example of one that's more vibrant that I like the look of. This looks good. This like blue and green with the orange and yellow. I guess it's really mostly just green. That's a good look. Kind of like an exotic frog. Appropriately enough. Alright, and that'll keep the Ostros pretty happy. Their like population was not crazy anyway, yeah. They're like way overpopulated in this park anyway. I guess we'll get that Polacanthus out too. Might as well. That's not worth processing. You get rested. What else did we... Yeah, so we didn't have anything die in there. Were these guys good? Now they don't have comfort information. We need to look at them too, actually. Let's get some ranger stations in here. Obstructed by invisible fence. Inside or outside? Ranger Team 4, Ranger Team 1. You can go help. Might need a gate for them to register it as being enterable. Because sometimes these things are weird. Alright, Baryonyx. Number 2, Great Sandy Desert Rana. So your regular Baryonyx, but he's brown. Number 1 was Limpopo Pulcherana, which is more of a look. That blue stripe is a whole vibe. Especially because the top and bottom of them kind of match. Svalbard Pilo. Not very interesting. These are some pretty, like, dusty, bland Baryonyxes. They're just, like, just some random desert berries we found and stumbled across, I guess. Okay. That Australopithecus. Get him out of here. status info coming on somebody soon. Or maybe they're just refilling a feeder.
Asset in transit.
I mean, this isn't a bad baryonyx by any means. Well, we can delete some of these rocks. We don't need all these rocks. Actually, we might not need any of these rocks. We'll keep a few. Oh my god, they're dropping like flies. Australopinators are dying. Oh my gosh. Okay, Polacanthus, released by airlift. A single lonely Polacanthus on Ceratopsid Island. Get in there, my dude. Alright, we'll check this last batch of fossils. We'll get that Polacanthus out too. It's fine. Then, we gotta work on... Oh, Memenchi's ready to go. I didn't do Memenchi. Well, we'll get those Memenchis out next time. Ground fruit on the Orano, but it's a fairly low ground fruit need. Maybe. I can take my own time to like look through all the herbivores, all the ornithopods, and find a good ornithopod to cohabit with the with our friends on Ceratopsid Island. All the ceratopsids. Basically, we want grass or leaf, ideally.
Has commenced.
All right, so another dead. It'd be funny if that was one of the ones fighting and just tipped over of a heart attack in the middle of it. It was not. Okay, so the big thing with Memenchi is actually not what I wanted to do. Memenchi dominance. Max or base dominance is 145. These are 107. Do you have enough Suko? Yeah, we have enough Suko to look at it. So base dominance is 112. I don't know if that changes with genome. Let's check that. Wait, don't I have Suko? Yeah, I have Suko minus open another tab still. Dominance. Dominance is up, and there's too many things on this page. Yeah, it is 112. So it doesn't scale with genome completion. So we need to make strong Sukos or weak Memenchis. Unfit, large appetite. So we can't make these any weaker. So the experiment will be to make the strongest Suchomimuses we can, basically. So for these dudes, and the idea would be, can we verify if the hunting condition is simply like, again, maybe a toggle based on total dominance. Kind of analogous to what we've been doing with the carnivore enclosures, except with the Sukos. And then those Sukos, if we get some high dominant Sukos, they also may kill baryonyxes, which is also interesting to find out. It's clearly disease sucks, so we can do resilient. But these guys we don't want to do humble or social, because it boosts dominance. Well... We can do an alpha. Let's breed an alpha. That way they don't take up that much space, and then the rest of the herd can be shit. We can get, yeah, we actually get basically a guaranteed alpha. So let's do that. Breed an alpha. 7 and a 5. And then go back. Memenchi, modify. So then we go, none of that, thank you. None of that, thank you. Resilient. And we can just, I don't know, get rid of appetite. It really doesn't matter because the alpha will have it probably. We can just do lifespan. Sure. Why not? If they live out their days, they live out their days, right? 2, 5, 5. Synthesize. Okay. I think that's basically all the science to be done here. Check on Polacanthus, and we call it a day.
Transporting asset.
This is the Polacanthus.
He's perfectly
and it's
happy.
covered in armor plates
All by
and
himself.
spikes. Mess with this animal at your own risk.
Just one lonely Polacanthus. Except he's not lonely because he's a gamer. Not a bad Notosaurid to have. Okay. And he has no cohabitation. So it is currently nothing cohabited here then? We don't know because we don't have status information. I don't think anything in this enclosure is cohabited. So I think Ceratopsid Island still has plenty of room to grow, surprisingly so. I wonder if this could be a park. Like, not a park of islands. I wonder if this single island could be a park. Like, how good of a lagoon can you make? These are only 100. Styx is 789. And there might be better things to cohab. That might be, I mean, the other option is you do this, but you do 2. Like, if you did a berry suco enclosure like this on an island, and then an herbivore enclosure like this, and then 2 lagoons, does that, like, just win? Because this is, like, good. There's no way for these dinos to ever escape in challenge mode. I think we might have to go back and do some challenge modes and apply some of these weirder ideas that we've come up with and some of the things we've learned and see how well we can do challenge modes. Maybe we try to like speed run one. Maybe we try to do one as painfully as possible by using like the worst stuff we can. Maybe we do one where every time we sneeze, we fucking restart. Alright, social humble unfit alpha, that's good. 10. And resilient long-lived unfit follower. Dog food, basically. That's good. Let's do more. Might want like 4 of these or something for decent chance of them getting freaking murdered. No, we can just do one more batch there. Okay. I think we're done.